My relationship with deadlifting is love and hate. Like I feel like out of the big three, it's probably my favorite, but like that's the one that really like I feel like affects my confidence the most, just because like I know what I used to be capable of, and now that I'm coming back from an injury, I'm trying to rationalize the difference. But anyway, I was managed to pull over 600 pounds in my career, so I'm going to tell you exactly what changed and what I'd have to do if I wanted to rebuild all that strength again, right? So in the beginning, when I started lifting, I did every mistake you can think of. I was changing my workouts every week. I cared more about like sweating than progressing. I wanted results overnight, just like how most people do. But honestly, I wasn't necessarily like the best at doing it, right? Now, I'd say my biggest issue wasn't like genetics, programming, or like my form. It was just like I was just doing it for the sake of doing it. Like I was just there's a difference between like working out and training. And I feel like for the longest, like I was just working out instead of training, right? Now, eventually what changed? That's the biggest question. Did I get tired? Did I stop acting? Did I want to improve? Like here's exactly what changed for me, I'd say. Like I feel like people underestimate the value of having like a good program, you know? Like I felt like for me my biggest thing was okay. Like I think when I first started, 405 was like my max. So I guess for me, I'm necessarily like an outlier. Like where 405 was like okay, where I like that was like okay, this is what I can lift without much effort. But ironically, like from I think there was one time some guy was doing like 4 or 5 plays, and like an idiot, I decided to like just try to match him. And like people underestimate the value of a good program, like progressive overload, logging your workouts, adding reps, adding weight, improving technique. Like, and it's all these small little things that eventually helped me to get to 600. So if you were to take anything from this video, it'd be like 600 pounds wasn't built in a year. Like it wasn't built in 6 months. It was like the continuous amount of reps that I did. Like for example, I was stuck at 545 for over a year just because like that was it just wouldn't go up. And it's so funny because like from 405 to 535, I think I did that in the span of I'm trying to I want to say 8 months, 8 months, and maybe 7 or 8 months. Also, but for whatever reason, 535 was just where I capped out. Like you don't exactly earn a big deadlift just from having one good workout. Like you get it from thousands of workouts that you felt like were average or subpar. And I don't want to sound cliche and be like, oh, consistency is everything, but it really is in a sense. Like no matter what your goal is, like if you want to achieve something, you have to be consistent. You when you're unmotivated. Like perfect example. There's days where I don't want to do. This is a side tangent, but there's days where I don't want to squat. But just because I have a certain goal in mind, like regardless of how I feel, I need to squat just because like I know it's gonna help with my eventual goal. Technique. I spent hours trying to improve my setup. And it's funny, even to this day, I still need to work on my setup. Just that just shows you, like, regardless of how good you think you are, there's always something you can do better. Like sleep and nutrition is like something that can't be like understated. Like that's so important. I don't have any videos of this me doing it, but accessories are also important. Like I think if you put a gun to my head and I only have to pick one, I'd probably tell you Romanian deadlifts. Like I feel like Romanian deadlifts or your hamstrings, but they're essentially the same thing. I feel like those are the two things, and your glutes. So like hip thrusts as well. Because when you're lifting, you want to lift with your hamstrings and your glutes. You don't want to lift with your back. Rounding your back is normal, but essentially you don't want to be lifting with your back. A strong deadlift is built by strengthening everything else around it, which means your back, your core, your glutes, your hamstrings. Now, patience. You know the old saying, patience is a virtue. This is probably the hardest one, and today I'm still learning this. But progress is slow. Like you know how they say Rome wasn't built in a day. That means like if you could achieve something like so easily, was it really worth having? Now, like a perfect example, let's use a guy, Adrian Broner. I don't think I'm saying his name right, but just stay with me, right? He's able to deadlift 1,000 pounds. I know for like, and there's certain people who could deadlift a lot more than I am. Not to like undervalue their progress or whatever they accomplished, but you can't necessarily compare to your someone chapter 20 to your chapter 5. Like you don't know what happened to them between 1 and 19, right? So you can't exactly compare yourself to that. You just you seeing someone like so you see me doing like these thousands of reps like just shows you like everything I went through to eventually get there. You just didn't see that part. Now, I said the day I pulled 600, um Honestly, I feel like I don't know that day was just everything was just fine. Like 5:45 felt like nothing. And if you guys stayed this long, you would know how long or how much I struggled to lift up 5:45. And I remember someone was recording my videos that day, and I did 490 five plays so fast I didn't even get to see it. I had to do it again. But I don't want to say it was underwhelming, but there's a Lightning McQueen quote where they ask, "What made you think you could win?" I just never thought I couldn't. And that, quite frankly, I feel like that was me that day. Like I quite literally felt like I couldn't. There's no reason why I couldn't pick it up. It's on my Instagram, but I actually thought I could go for a second. That's how confident I was in doing it. Now, the lift wasn't long at all, but it represented years of work that I actually did. So if you remember, like I keep saying this, but there's a reason why. Like if you remember anything from this video, it's like don't necessarily chase an abstract number 500, 700, 600. Chase something to the point where you become the person who trains long enough that become lifting any number you want just becomes possible. Like anything's possible. Well, let me not say anything. The majority of things in this life are possible if you're willing to work towards it. Anyway, hope this helps. I know I was gone, just life be lifing. But I will hope this helps someone.